My boss put me on performance review while I was battling cancer. So after telling him that I generated 6 times the revenue that he did, I quit and his face was priceless. A few years ago I was working in the recruitment department of a company. After a lot of nervous visits to the hospital, it was confirmed that I had cancer and would have to fight it. At the time, I thought that my company and upper management supported my battle and were rooting for me. I had to get an original poster removed during my battle and that kept me at home. So I took 3 months of unpaid leave. Despite being on leave, I kept on working and kept up with my clients. I just wanted to show my company that I was grateful for their support and understanding of what I was going through. During this time I made several high-profile placements, and due to most having long notice periods, they wouldn't start for a few months and we invoice/bill clients on start date. The pipeline I had generated was worth $200,000 in a single month, which was the highest ever in the 10-year history of the company. Normally even a $30,000 month would be considered a good one. When I came back, I had a meeting with the director and I was excited to tell him about my pipeline. However, before I could thank him for his support, he said he had something to tell me. While he was happy I was healthy, he had to put me on performance review for missing a critical time in the business and for not hitting my targets. I looked at him and said, as you know, I had cancer and also took the time off as unpaid director. Yes, however not meeting KPIs while still employed by us means I have to do this to be fair to others in the team. I looked at him shocked, but then did the math in my head, and just said okay. Now it takes about 30 days for payment to hit our accounts. So I bid my time. That week the first batch of my new placements dropped. I quietly invoiced. The next week more followed. Third week our division had our monthly meeting where we each had to share the pipeline for that month. It got to me, and I said I'm currently on $161,000, and have another $40,000 pending. You should have seen his face. His boss was at that meeting also. Most of my team knew what had happened to me and had my back and smirked. We got paid commission monthly, and I knew I had another 5 weeks before these would be paid out. So I just quietly worked, and luckily was also approached by one of my internal clients that wanted me to come work internally for them, which I still do to this day. As soon as that wedge of commission dropped, I called a meeting with the director. He was all smiles and said, "Op, I knew there would be no hard feelings about having to put you on a performance review, and we're taking you off it. I see now it was completely unnecessary." I told him, thanks, but I was giving him my notice. I said that having gone through the stress of what I had to go through, really made me think about what was important at the end of the day. He and his boss tried to make me stay by offering raises and promotions etc. I, of course, refused. A couple of people I know are still there, and to this day, my record of highest biller in that company still stands. That means that they never managed to recruit someone as good as me, and probably still regret how they handled my situation.